What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. The book is entitled Lessons from a Non-Custodial Father at Amazon, Kindle, and Create Space. A link will be in the description box below, as usual. This video is entitled More NCAA Scandals. Listen, man. Y'all know this Michigan State one cracks me up. Because, let's be honest, y'all did it again. We didn't know, that this was going on. Or now they're about to fire everybody involved and other people involved. See, ever since Zandusky, Rick Pitino in Louisville, I think the Olympics had a scandal, or another gymnast scandal. I think it was another football one too recently too. And then this Michigan State one. I'm gonna talk about a few things when it comes to this. First and foremost, don't be surprised if there's a college campus Me Too or Time's Up movement, because this type of stuff goes on colleges, campuses all the time. And as many scandals keep coming out, they wonder, well, why are these people not coming out? Well, college athletes are in the worst position when it comes to being exploited. Okay? The reason I say that is because you can be a college athlete and something could be done to you that's inappropriate. And if you're on scholarship, all they're gonna do for the most part is threaten to yank your scholarship and we're gonna send you back home. How would your family be able to pay for your education speech, right? You want that? You want that? Like that type of thing, right? So you got adults who are making money off of basically child labor that they hide under the guise of the educational trade-off, right? Which is not real. But the thing about it is, when they want to speak up for themselves, these same adults are participating in not only exploiting them for their athletic talents, but some of them exploit them sexually. And people don't think about this kind of stuff, man. Like the NASA thing, they kept sending them to the same doctor, the same dude. Just the same dude. Like, y'all didn't get, and people's like, I don't want to go to that dude. You got to go to him. Like, y'all couldn't give them a choice of a couple of doctors. If one got bad reputation, then the players won't go to that cat. But nah, you can't do that, right? And then people don't want to, like I talked about it when they had the Rick Pitino one. These for one, a lot of y'all daughters be getting BB. A lot of y'all young daughters either self-pimping themselves or getting pimped by other people at the school to snag a future professional athlete, okay? So it's just it's a dirty game. I'll say that. But let's get to these adults. See, these adults' paycheck is hitched on the fact that these kids gonna make money for them. They don't care what these kids going through, because all they're gonna tell these kids is you won't lose your scholarship or we're gonna replace you with somebody else. At the end of the day, they care about the bottom line. So if girls was getting fondled and molested and assaulted, they don't care. All they care about is those ticket sales. If all the people say, they should get a NCAA suspension or death penalty. Have y'all ever thought about the idea that just because a person can't participate in a football bowl games or the Final Four, that playoff system, or baseball, softball playoffs, or win, competing nationals or whatever, that does not mean that they still won't pack the house and sell tickets and the stuff they can do. That does not mean they're going to lose endorsement money for their games being televised on television. You want to really give somebody a death penalty? Don't shut the team down so they can't sell no more tickets. That's a death penalty. Like, for 4 years, y'all can't participate. Y'all X'd out of y'all conference. See, this other stuff, the death penalty, there's no such thing as a death penalty when these people keep their jobs. And what I mean by keep their jobs is, I'm sure somebody in the athletic department is going to get fired. I'm sure about that. But these other people, like, you don't get it. They have to get fired. The whole department gets fired when there's no money to make. And for some people, I'm gonna tell you the flip side of this death penalty stuff. What happens is your best athletes probably gonna transfer to other schools where they feel like they can be seen and get and still have an opportunity to become a professional of whatever sport they're in. And when they exodus, you're going to have people who are loyal to the program and stay. And then you're going to have people that because your recruits are probably not going to come now. They're going to go other places also. But you're going to have the people that didn't get good looks and scholarship offers. They're going to go to your school that has a death penalty because you might be the best that they can, the biggest name that they can get, and it's just an opportunistic time. So everybody is gonna use this as an opportunity in one way or another. That's why I say just shut it down. That's a real death penalty. The other thing is, when it comes to stuff like this, they can't necessarily charge these people with stuff like statutory rape or nothing like that because of the age part. But because the kids are considered adults, but at the same time on a college campus with adults, they still considered kids. So it's a tricky situation, just like the doctor situation. You would think you have a doctor of the same sex, right? Girls should have a girl doctor, boys should have a boy doctor. I mean, it makes sense, but here's the problem. Just so you know. Boys that look like me, or young men that look like me, don't necessarily like male doctors who don't look like me, because some of them are a little, too fruity, too hands-on. They don't, They're a little too, So some guys are more comfortable with a woman doctor because at least, on one light end, it ain't like she hasn't seen it before. And on another end, if she got grabby, even though that's a fantasy, that's the worst it can go. You know what I'm saying? Oh, the doctor got grabby with me. I ain't mad at that. But you ain't gonna do that. Like a male doctor, you be like, man, what happened? I beat the brakes off a doctor, touched too much. But women, I think it's the whole thing. Like, that's a different culture. So, women, you need to have women doctors because men make some of these women uncomfortable, But unfortunately, a school might use that same logic and say, well, women might make women uncomfortable because they might get a little too touchy-feely. So, it is what it is. But with all these sex scandals, especially another NCAA one, um, I wouldn't be surprised in the near future if a lot of people don't send their children to schools outside of the state, that they're going to stay close to home where they could drive up to the campus in case they have an issue with a student, player, coach, or doctor, that adult can, choke the life out of another adult who want to take advantage of their child. Just my opinion. And you know, it's about to get real. But on the flip side of this, when they do all this stuff, at some point, even though they try to make black guys the villain of this, young black man ran a train on a white girl at some schools and school such and such, and see, it's those Negroes, that right. But here's what's gonna wind up happening. There's gonna be pushback after a while, also, because there's gonna be too many Caucasian guys who keep getting these things. It's not just in the NCAA. You remember, I did one of my early videos years ago was the white guys at Ivy League schools raping girls, and then the dude last year, all the multiple rapes last year of these young white girls by these white guys who kept getting probation. Like, it's gonna be a problem. But then they're gonna start saying, they're gonna start putting the girls on blast who make these false rape allegations too. So it's gonna be, they're gonna really open Pandora's box after a while, because I don't see this getting better. I see it getting worse. I see more people coming out in different places. Could be right, could be wrong. Peace.